Good morning, hello, and welcome. I hope you're all well. Had a request this week for a shorter yoga sequence, so I'm aiming to do a 20-25 minute practice. For those of you hopefully able to easily slot this into your day, ideally every day if you could. So when you're ready, find a comfortable seated position. Today I'm sitting myself on a cushion. I've set myself up. I have another yoga mat for the dog because dog keeps joining me, so it probably means she won't join us today, but anyway, it's there ready for her. So once you've come into a nice comfortable seated position, you can sit cross-legged, kneeling, or you can sit in a chair. Just lift the hips up with something underneath them. Lift your sit bones. Place your hands down comfortably on your legs and just close your eyes. And welcome yourself into your practice today. And to welcome yourself in, I want you just to take a couple of moments just to find a little bit more length in your spine. It's like the crown of the head is gently extending up. Sit bones are remaining grounded. The chest is nice and open. The jaw is relaxed. Allow the abdomen to be soft while still maintaining a nice long spine. We're just going to start with 5 conscious breaths. Just slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. Slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. And as you inhale, breathe into the abdomen. Let it expand. And as you exhale, just let the abdomen settle, but maintain length in your spine. Let's do 3 more like that. Breathing into the abdomen. Exhaling, lengthening the spine. Breathing in and out. Good, last one. And still keeping the eyes closed. This time breathe into the abdomen, feel it expand. And we're going to just exhale now through the mouth. Gentle ha sound. One more like that, clearing the breath. Now allow the mouth to gently close. Lips are soft. And pause here for a moment, just setting yourself up for your practice. Checking in with how you're feeling. Today, listening to your body as you move through your practice. If you have any injuries or conditions and you haven't checked in with somebody, then my advice is to do that first before your practice. But I want you to really listen to your body as you move from posture to posture, breath to breath. Modify where you need. Pain is an indication to stop and enjoy your practice. So just allow the eyes to look down and gently open them and then bring your head up. From here, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back of the head and just bring the elbows together. Relax your shoulders and just allow your chin to drop down towards your chest. And just feel a very subtle push of the head into the palms and the palms back into the head, just to stretch out the back of the neck. But keep the shoulders nice and soft and relaxed. Good. Keep breathing here. When you're ready, on your inhale, come up, open your elbows. Now feel a bit of a lift through the pelvic floor, throat forward, and let's begin to take the chest up. Gentle back arch, opening those elbows nice and wide. Good. Too much on your neck, then just look forward. Otherwise, throat forward, taking the gaze up. Good. Keep breathing here. And then exhale, come back to center, neutral position, and release your arms. Let's just do a couple of shoulder rolls in one direction, and then a couple in the opposite direction. Good. And release. From here, undo yourself, and we're going to come onto all fours. Now, as we come onto all fours, just make sure your wrists and shoulders are stacked, your hips and your knees are stacked. The crown of the head lengthens forward and the tailbone extends back. And you'll feel a little bit of a lift through the front line of the body, particularly around the abdomen here. We're just going to flip the right palm up towards the ceiling or sky and then release it. And then flip the left palm and release it. And we just begin to alternate, just making sure that that feels okay. If that doesn't feel okay, then I want you just to stay here and you can start your cat-cow movements. Otherwise, let's just keep working into that wrist joint, just creating a little bit of energy. Also looking to lubricate the joint and switch on the stabilizing muscles by doing it through this sort of movement. That's it. Good. Let's just do one more. So that's nice and even. Come back to your center. Spread your fingers. Index finger points forward. Fingers are going to very gently grip into the mat. And as you inhale, let's bring the chest forward, gazing forward. And as you exhale, let's just tuck under, round out the spine. Lift the belly. Inhale, tailbone lifts, chest comes forward, gazing forward. And as you exhale, just tucking your tailbone under, rounding out your spine. So inhale, your chest comes forward. The shoulder blades might begin to draw a little closer. And exhale, let's round it all the way out. Lift the belly up. Good. Last one. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, rounding it out. Now stay and come up onto your fingertips. Now I'm going to take this one from my great yoga friend Mari, and you can either stay here, but I'm going to do a slightly different variation. You can begin to walk the fingertips in towards your knees for a little bit of a deeper stretch between the shoulder blades. Keep the belly scooping in and up, and then let's walk our hands all the way out in front. Good. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, let's hover our knees. So really feel the lower abdomen drawing in and the sides of the waist are going to narrow. Crown of head forward, tailbone lengthens back. And after a few moments here, the body will start maybe a little bit of a shake. Keep pushing down into your palms. Keep breathing. We're not going to hold it for long. We're just really creating a little bit of heat and engagement of the deep abdominal muscles. And then exhale, drop your knees, untuck your toes, and take the knees nice and wide. Now we're going to sit back in child pose. We're going to sit back with our hips towards our heels. You can pop a cushion underneath your thighs if that helps, particularly if it's a little bit tight or sensitive as you come forward. If that still feels too strong for you today, then you keep your hip and your knee over one another and you just bring the chest forward, and that stops putting pressure into that knee joint. So whatever shape you've taken, if you can, rest your third eye, the spot between your eyebrows, on the ground. And if you can't, then just stack the hands underneath your third eye. Breathe here. Feel the front of the body lifting, particularly on the exhalation. Begin to engage pelvic floor, that sensation of stopping a wee. Lovely, deep, long exhale. Lengthen into the fingers as you soften your shoulders. On your next inhale, come up onto all fours. We're going to tuck our toes under, pause, and then let's transition to down dog. So if down dog doesn't feel so good for you today, just come back into that cat-cow movement. Down dog. Now soften your knees because the hamstrings are going to be pretty tight and the lower back. And you're very welcome to begin to walk it out, just lifting one heel at a time. Nice, slow movement, really feeling into the back line. Push into the base of the fingers. Just have a quick look that the middle finger is pointing forward. And your shoulders roll away from your ears. So you're trying to create some space around the head and the neck area. Good. And then just come to a still place in your down dog. I'd like you to soften your knees so that spine can grow nice and long here. And then when you're ready, exhale, and I'd like you to walk your hands up towards your feet. That's it. So take the feet a little wider than you normally would. Soften your knees. Hold onto your shin bones. Half lift. Let's just lengthen our spine forward for a moment. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Even the sides of the neck grow long here. And exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen the spine. Now pause to get a little bit of a deeper opening through the back line of the body, so particularly the back of the legs. Make sure that your hips sort of stay over your heels. Often when we forward fold, our bottom shifts back, which makes it a little easier, which is fine. But if you wish to go a little deeper as you exhale, keep the hips exactly where they are as you fold forward. Now push into your feet. Inhale, roll your spine up. Take your arms up, take your gaze up. And exhale, hands come into prayer. Turn your toes out, fingertips lightly touch. Spread your toes, lift the inner arch, lift the pelvic floor. Shoulders are nice and soft, crown of the head lengthens all the way up towards the ceiling or sky. Now close your eyes here and just take a lovely deep inhalation. Exhale fully. Now open your eyes. Breath in. Exhale, lower your arms. Let's roll in the shoulders. Roll out your shoulders and push into the heel of your hands. Now turn the fingertips up. Bring your arms forward, throat forward. Let's take our gaze up. Good. Chin in, lower your arms, roll in your shoulders. Roll out the shoulders and push into your palms. Turn the fingers up. Let's take our arms forward. This time look down as you raise your heels. Now bend the knees, lower your arms, rolling shoulders. Now squeeze the legs together for stability. Roll out the shoulders and push into your palms. Turn the fingers up. Let's take our arms forward. Now straighten your legs. Lower your heels. Bend the knees, lower your arms, and roll in your shoulders. Now squeeze the heels in. Roll out the shoulders. Push into your palms. Turn the fingers up. Arms forward, throat forward, gaze up, straighten legs. And exhale, lower your arms. Interlace your fingers and take the arms up. Relax the shoulders, push into your big toes, and as you inhale, let's raise the heels. And I want you to feel like you're trying to lift your little toes here. And then exhale, lower, bend the knees, arms in front, push the upper back away. And then when you're ready, we're going to raise the heels again. Squeeze the heels in and begin to squat a little deeper. Be careful for your knees here. Push those hips forward and come up and lower and release. Take the arms behind and you can interlace or you can hold your elbows. Now bend your knees, gently draw in your lower abdomen. Raise your heels. And once again, you can just stay at this point or squeeze the thighs in as you go a little deeper. Once again, careful for knees. Push your hips forward and come up and lower and release. Good. Interlace. And let's take the arms up. So I'd like you to lengthen through your left side and stretch up and over to the right and just feel a nice opening along the side of the body. That's it. And inhale to your center. Let's do the other side. Lengthen and stretch all the way up and over. Good. Inhale back to center. Now keep your hips still. Breath in. Let's exhale and turn to the right and just push that right hip forward. Inhale, center. We're going to exhale to our left and just push that left hip forward. Inhale to your center and exhale, lower. Give everything a nice shake out. And let's come to the top of our mat. Toes can touch heels slightly apart or feet hip width distance apart. And when you're ready, just inhale, float the arms up. Option to take the gaze up. And we're going to exhale and we're going to fold all the way forward. So hold onto your shins again. Half lift, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Hands down. Let's step our left leg back and drop the left knee down. Make sure your knee is over your ankle here. So if you find it's quite challenging to get your fingertips to the floor, just bring the hands up onto your knees. We're going to push the hips forward, lift the belly away from that front thigh, and just lengthen your spine. So we're just opening up a little bit more into that left hip. You can untuck your toe if you wish. That might make it just a fraction stronger. Good. Hold here for a few moments. And then when you're ready, tuck your back toe under, plant your hands, and let's take our right foot back. Coming back onto all fours, we're going to extend our left leg back, lift the belly, and inhale, lift the left leg. Little toe slightly rotates down. So if I was to put something across my lower back, it would be nice and even, like a tray, and nothing would spill if there was something on that tray. Now lengthen your spine forward. Maybe extend the right arm out and really feel those deep abdominal muscles working here. Still feeling that lift in the abdomen, exhale, lower your right hand. Sweep your left leg out to the side so your foot is in line with your knee, and pause here. So if you need to put something under your knee, please do for support. We're going to walk the fingertips back as we bring ourselves upright. That's it. I'm going to mirror what you're doing. So with your left leg out to the side, left hand comes down, right arm stretches up, and let's extend up and over towards the left side. Feeling a lovely lengthening all the way through the body. Good. And then inhale, come back. We're going to plant our hand down now. So the hand, knee, and foot are in line. Really push down into the outer edge of your foot. And inhale, sweep your left arm up. Now push those hips forward and feel a lovely opening, particularly around that top hip area and maybe even the inner thigh. We're going to stretch our left arm all the way up and over to the right. And then inhale, float it back. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, take it back. Good. Last one. Exhale, take it over. Now pause, firm your abdomen, and inhale, maybe even lift that extended leg. If you wish, you can do a couple of rotations in one direction with that leg, and then in the opposite direction. Too strong, just hold it. And then lower your leg down. We're going to sweep that top arm forward and down. And take it out in front, just where we started. Now you can either stay here, or we're going to begin to walk the hands out in front, getting a much deeper stretch through the inner thigh area. Maybe the chest, maybe the forehead comes down, it's not important, but feel like the bottom is slightly sticking out just to help emphasize that opening through the inner seam area that we've got there. Good. Exhale all the way. Good. Inhale, walk the fingertips all the way back. From here, hands under your shoulders, lift the leg again, sweep it back behind you as we come back to all fours. From all fours, let's come into our first plank. Lift between the shoulders, heart forward, heels back. Good. We're going to shift the weight forward, drop the knees, and exhale, lower all the way down. Now untuck your toes, push into the pubic bone, and imagine you've got a marble and you're using your nose to push that marble towards the front of the mat as you peel the chest all the way up. And then exhale, let's lower down. Good. Inhale, peel the chest away from the floor, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Slide the hands a little further back, squeeze the elbows in. Last one. Inhale, lift the chest up, and exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, push back up onto all fours, and either you can take child pose or downward facing dog. Good. Just let everything settle here for a few moments. Keep those knees soft, particularly if the hamstrings or lower back are tight. Feel your front ribs just softening towards your back ribs. Exhale completely. We're going to walk our left foot, right foot all the way up towards the top of the mat. When you're ready, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Push into your feet. Inhale, roll the body up, arms up, gaze up, and exhale, let's fold all the way forward. Half lift, so lengthen. Exhale, fold, hands down. Let's step our right foot back and drop the knee down. Knee over ankle, push the hips forward, lengthen the spine. If it feels more comfortable, you can bring your hands onto your knee. Option to untuck that back toe and just feel like you're trying to draw the belly away from your thigh, but that spine or column is really long here. Good. Exhale, release. Tuck the back toe under. Slide your left foot back as we come onto all fours. This time, extend that right leg back. Inhale, lift the right leg. Let that little toe size slightly rotate down so that once again the pelvis is nice and even. We're going to extend our left arm forward. Feel the abdomen lifting. Keep that lift. Lower your hand. Sweep your right leg now out to the side. Good, and pause there. Then begin to walk the fingertips back towards you as you come all the way up. So this posture is called gate pose. So when you're all the way up, push into the outer edge of your foot. Right hand down, left arm up, and as you exhale, stretch all the way up and over now to your right side. Just feel the hips gently pushing forward. Relax your shoulders. Good, and then when you're ready, exhale, release. Plant the hand down onto the mat, hand, knee, and foot in line. Stretching your right arm up this time, and gently push those hips forward. Exhale, stretch the arm over to the left side. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, take it back. Good. Last one. Exhale, take it over. Now either stay or begin to lift the extended leg. Maybe do a couple of rotations. One direction and then the other direction. Pause. Lower it down, the leg. Lower that arm down. Bring the hands out in front of you. Pause. Gently stick the bottom out and begin to walk the hands forward, letting the chest melt towards the earth. Now just come back to a nice steady breath, breathing right down into the belly. By doing abdominal breathing, it allows us to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, so our rest and digest mechanism. Very effective for calming us. Exhale completely. Walk the hands slowly back. Lift the extended leg, sweep it back behind you as you come back to all fours. Let's come back into our plank position. Good. Lift between the shoulders. Keep pushing down into the earth. Let's shift forward. Now you can either drop your knees or lower with control all the way down. Once you're down, arms down by the side body. Engage the legs, push into pubic bone. Inhale, begin to lift the chest. Now you have options here. You can keep the legs down or roll the thighs in and begin to lift the legs. So I want you to lengthen and then lift. Pause here for a few moments. If you wish to go next stage, you can lift the arms and maybe even interlace the fingers behind the back body. Keep the gaze down, chin very gently tucked in. Now pelvic floor lifts and the bottom softens a little here. And then very slowly release the arms, lower the legs, hands down, lower the forehead. Push back up onto all fours, child pose or downward facing dog. And maybe find that the hips can lift just a little higher now. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Find a gaze point between your ankles, your knees, or your navel. But the head is relaxed. Exhaling all the way. When you're ready, let's step our right foot, left foot all the way up towards the top of your mat. Half lift here, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, push into your feet. Inhale, roll your body up, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Take your feet really wide as your mat. So I'm just going to face towards you. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, let's fold all the way forward. Fingertips touch the floor or your shins. Half lift, lengthen your spine here. Exhale, fold. Now here, let's stay. Hold your elbows, let the head hang. Two strong elbows on knees and bend them a lot more. Good, breathe. And then from here, we're going to transition into a squat. So release the arms, squeeze the heels in as you squat all the way down and come onto your bottom. Let's stretch our legs out in front, lift the sit bones. If you're quite tight through your lower back, hello Sage. If you're quite tight through your lower back, then I'm going to recommend that you sit yourself on a cushion or a rolled up towel. Right. Okay. So when you've come here, bend the knees as much as you can, wrap the arms under the legs, lengthen your spine, and just exhale, fold. So we're just coming into a seated forward bend. The first part of this is all about finding that subtle lift through the pelvic floor and just feeling that the front of the body is lengthening over your legs. So it's not about going all the way into it, just finding that abdominal connection, pelvic floor, breath. And then if it feels okay, you can go a little deeper by extending the legs out. But once again, just still feel like the upper body is floating over your lower body. You can release and hold your feet with your hands, but don't use your arms to draw you forward here. Close your eyes, and I'd like you to just find that steady inhalation and exhalation. Even breath ratio here. Beautiful. When you're ready, just lift the chest, raise your chin for a moment, and then bring the chin in. Release your feet and inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. Take the feet as wide as your mat with your knees bent. If you're sitting on something, I find actually it's easier to come off it now. And the hands can support behind you. And when you're ready, just lift the chest. And just as you exhale, let your knees drop over to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale to your left. Inhale, center. Good. One more on each side. Just taking the knees over. Lift the chest. Back to center. Take the legs over. Lift your chest. And then back to center. Good. Feet flat on the mat. Knees are bent. Arms out in front. Scoop your belly in. And as you exhale, lower down halfway. And then lower yourself all the way down. Good. Give yourself a lovely big hug. And maybe a little bit of a gentle rock from side to side. Place the feet flat to the floor again. And just have your fingertips touching the backs of the heels or close to them. Thighs remain parallel like train tracks. Push the lower back into the mat. Inhale, lift the lower back, mid back, and the upper back. And just exhale, lower the upper, mid, and lower. So we're just rolling up and down the spine. So inhale, push into your big toes. Begin to lift the hips. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way down. You can include the arms. Inhale, lifting the hips, floating the arms either up to the ceiling or behind you. And then exhale, lowering yourself all the way down. Good. And just in your own time, just rolling up and down your spine. Just letting the length of your breath dictate the length of your movement. Maybe next time you lift the hips up, you can stay. Push a little bit more into the big toe and the heels. You can take the arms under your back body. Maybe tuck the shoulders in a little bit more. Lift the chest, thighs still lengthening away from your hips. Close your eyes. Breathe into the belly. And then when you're ready, just exhale, release yourself all the way down. Give yourself a lovely big hug. Maybe even bring the forehead up to the knees. Relax your shoulders and release. Let's take our feet to the edges of the mat, nice and wide, arms out to the side. Exhale, just let the knees drop over to your right side. Inhaling to your center. Exhale over to your left side. Inhaling to center. Good. Last one. Exhale over to the right and just hold it here. Relax everything. If it feels okay, you can take the right foot on the top of the left knee. That's too strong. Please don't take that movement. Just breathe. For those of you, if it still feels too strong, even without that foot hook position, then bring both knees together for your twist. Exhale completely. Slowly unhook your foot. Inhale, come back to your center. Exhale your legs over to the other side. Maybe hook the foot. Otherwise, just stay or bring your knees together. Feel the whole back of the body softening down into the earth. Slowly unhook your foot. Inhale, come back to center. Give yourself a lovely big squeeze. Those of you who like to take happy baby, you can. Knees to armpits, feet to the ceiling. Hold onto your shins or your feet and just feel your lower back pushing down into the floor. Otherwise, you can just hug your knees and maybe take a bit of a gentle rock. Side to side. And then come to center. And from here, I'd like everyone now to release into Shavasana. So for the last few moments of the practice, just letting the body be completely still. Give the body a little bit of a shake and a shimmy just to settle so that it feels the weight evenly distributed onto the earth. If you need to support your head with a pillow, do, or pop something underneath the backs of the knees, like a rolled up towel or cushion. And these last few moments of our practice, just letting the physical practice settle and integrate into the body. By taking Shavasana and being still, then we allow the benefits of that physical practice to be absorbed into the cells. Allow the prana, the energy created, to settle just for a few moments. And as you exhale, just feel the whole body softening, any last bit of tension being released. Just allow yourself now to be still, calm and quiet in your body, breath and mind. If you have more time to rest, then please feel free to do so, maybe for another 5 to 8 minutes. Otherwise, begin to just take a deeper than normal breath in and breathe out all the way. Gently move fingers, toes, stretch everything out. And then slowly hug knees into your chest and just roll over to your preferred side. Lie for a couple of moments and then transition into a comfortable seated position. Let us bring our hands into prayer. Take a moment just to acknowledge the time you've made to practice. Those you've shared your practice, maybe not in a yoga studio, but you have shared your practice with others. And as acknowledgement, we bow forehead to fingertips as we say, Namaste, Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.